I'm with retired Sheriff Jack Parker here at the Space Coast Preppers meeting. We just wrapped up here. Um, Sheriff Parker, why don't you tell us about how you heard about this organization, and then how you decided to come on over and get involved and speak with everyone tonight?
Sure. The president of the organization is Brian, and Brian's a friend of mine. And I think Brian's seen me speak a few times, and he asked if I'd come over and speak to the Preppers group, and I was very honored to do that.
And tell me about some of the things you covered with the attendees tonight.
I think there was a lot of questions on self-defense and some of the pros and cons of self-defense weapons that are out there, whether it be chemical agents or dart-firing stun guns or the old-fashioned stun gun itself, and even firearms. So we talked a lot about that in detail, and we also talked about burglary prevention, what you can do to not be a victim of burglary, and how you can fortify your house and make sure that your home is not picked or targeted for burglary.
And last question, we're starting to get right into what we call the heart of hurricane season, storm season. If you had any basic tips as former sheriff of Brevard County, very large county, what are some basic things you would tell the average person out there they can do to prepare for a power outage or the typical things we encounter after a large storm?
I think the main thing, and that's probably one of the things that was discussed here a lot tonight, is just preparation as far as, what would you do if you had no power for 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks or even longer, and you had no refrigerated goods, and did you have enough water? All those kinds of things. So I'm going to pretend, especially that because we are in the state of Florida and are subject to hurricanes, and sometimes multiple hurricanes, that we could easily be in a situation where we're without power for a long period of time and don't have the ability to get to the store, or even if we do, there's no food on the store shelves. So can we do things to prepare some, whether it's canning or some canned goods with long durations and some dry goods with long durations and bottled water, and make sure that we have enough for the people in our home to last us, a minimum. They always say a minimum of 72 hours, but I think in a prepper group they would say, try to be self-sufficient for 6 weeks or more if you possibly could be in a bad situation. Dedicate a little spot in your house where you could actually keep bottled water, dry goods, and canned goods, so that you could take care of your family, so that if there's a lot of chaos and there's things happening, you don't have to go out into that chaos to feed your family. You don't have to fight, for the little bit of food that may be at the stores. That's in a worst case scenario. If the event's only a couple or 3 days, then that's great. You've only used a little bit of your supply, but at least I think it gives you great peace of mind too to be prepared.
Well, it's great to see you still actively involved with the community, and we thank you for your time.